Look, after revolution, I really don't know why. Still, I don't understand. But the Iranian revolutionaries decided to have no nuclear program. They decided to cancel enrichment. They decided not to have 20 nuclear power plants. They said all these projects are imperialistic projects, Zionist projects, and we don't want it. Therefore, they canceled everything. However, they had to have two. One was Tehran Research Reactor, built by the US in 1967 and 1980, 1979. It was operating. They couldn't close it. And it was good because it was for producing isotopes for the people engaging with cancer. The second was Bushehr power plant, built by Germans. In 1975, the contract was signed. By 1979, 90% was finished, and the Germans, they got all money. Therefore, after revolution, Iran said, look, to the Germans, finish it. And Iran paid 1.2 billion to France in a joint venture to produce fuel in France, not in Iran. And Iran told France, as long as you have been paid, provide the fuel for Bushehr. And Tehran asked the US to provide fuel for Tehran Research Reactor, and they said we are going to cancel everything. Enrichment, reprocessing, every other US projects. But the US made the strategic mistake. Rather than embracing Iranian policy, which I personally, as Iranian, I didn't like it. But the US could say, okay, we would provide for you fuel for Tehran Research Reactor, Germans would finish it, and then that's it. But the US declined providing fuel for Tehran Research Reactor, Germans declined to complete Bushehr, France declined to provide fuel. Then Iranians, they waited for 15 years negotiating with Europe directly and indirectly with Americans. It failed. After 15 years, Iran had to sign a contract with Russia to finish Bushehr. Since nobody was ready to give fuel to Iran, Iran had no other option other than to go for producing fuel inside. Iran could not do it officially under the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency supervision, because the US would have prevented. Because the US even was not ready to give fuel for its own power plant. Therefore, Iranians, they did it covertly. The crisis embarked in 2002, when the international community discovered now Iran has mastered enrichment for production of fuel domestically.